In this video, I'm going to talk about two types of communication. One is used very often in games, and the other is an ideal to aim for. It's a comparison between toxic communication and effective communication. Toxic communication is something we experience every day in games, and we may even use it ourselves, consciously or not. When I say toxic communication, think about those moments when you make a mistake in match and immediately see a message like, "Why no TP?" From that moment, the game often starts to slowly die. A chain of insult and blame follows until the end of the match, along with reports and rage. In reality, toxic communication isn't just about insulting others. It's about turning information into an attack. And the human brain doesn't know how to tell the difference. As soon as a message is perceived as a threat, the brain switches into defensive mode. That creates stress, rigidity, and impulsive behavior. The result: less quality, less anticipation, and more mistakes. You can actually spot these patterns in your opponent as well. A player who enters a defensive state will often play much safer than necessary, or on the opposite side, force stupid actions. Sometimes they completely disconnect from the team. Just think about how many times you've heard a carry say, "Okay, I'm going AFK farm." The worst part is this. Even if you believe you're sharing correct information, the way you deliver it can make it completely useless. Saying "you're feeding" helps no one, but saying "they have blink, play safe" can save a game. The more aggressive a message feels, the more tension it creates, and tension consumes attentions, timing awareness, and positioning, without you even realizing it. That tension then spreads to the rest of the team. This is what we call emotional contagion. The best way I can suggest to avoid starting this chain of toxicity is to ask yourself one simple question before typing or speaking in voice chat. Does this message help us win or lose? And remember this: toxicity doesn't relieve your ego, it destroys your win rate. Now, let's talk about effective communication. There's 3 essential rules you should keep in mind. First, your message must be clear and lead to immediate action. For example, rush in 13 seconds, ward high ground. That's a clear call. Saying "we could maybe think about rush," it's not. Second, your call must always come before the action. If you call for smoke when your mid is already dead, that's no longer a call, it's just a comment. And third, remember that every extra word is a distraction. Good players speak little, but at the right moment. Give 1k pace of information, ping once, and stop talking. If your team follows, great. If they don't, you can't control them. You did your job. Because the moment you try to force your team to obey you, you create resistance. So the best way to know whether you're communicating effectively is to ask yourself, was my message clear, useful, and well timed?